Welcome to another 10 at 10 for 10 training and leadership development. I got a special treat for you today. I'm very excited to let the people here that attend live kind of share why did they join pool funding? Why are they here? Why do they come to training? I think people need to know what grabs people. They need to know, what's the one-liners that grab you. And if you hear from other people saying, yeah, someone said this and that's why I joined, right? That'd be important information for those of you reaching out to, your community, people that you associate with, and what you could say to get them to come in. So let's find the common threads here that seem to work and go from there. I'd like to start my first interview. I'd like that to be with Donna. Donna, when did you join pool funding?
I joined Full Funding about 3 weeks ago. I don't think
So
it's even 3 weeks. It's less than 3 weeks.
in
Two
May,
weeks.
yeah, May. So you joined.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're approaching the end of May now, and you joined sometime
yeah,
earlier May.
yeah.
What who introduced pool funding to you?
It was introduced to me through Ken, who I have been doing other programs with through
All
his
right.
email.
All right. And just out of curiosity, how long have you been following Ken?
Oh, a lot of years. More than five.
More than
More than
5 years,
five
been
years.
getting
Yes,
getting emails from him regularly.
yes,
And
yes.
what about the email we're talking about pool funding, that particular email, what grabbed you about it?
Oh, it said you're gonna get money that you don't have to repay. Number
Okay.
one.
All right.
I
So
think that grabs everybody.
there you go. Now, did you happen to have a thought like when you heard that, like that sounds too good to be true? Was there when you first read it, was your knee jerk, oh, that sounds too good to be true, or was like, oh, Ken's already vetted this, he knows it's for real, or how are you looking at it?
Well, I looked at it. I had some skepticism about it
Right?
at first,
Sure.
because I mean, there have been programs that I've joined with him and it hasn't materialized. But still, I looked at it again and seeing that I have just retired, I said, no, something about this program is different. So let me delve a little deeper into it. And I followed the videos that he sent. And that's when I decided I'm going to join this.
So it was just watching videos, many of them probably with me, right? Like
Yes,
talking about it, right? So you're hearing it from the
yes,
horse's mouth, as it were, right?
yes.
Okay. And that grabbed you and you got excited. You came in under the $200 program, right?
That's correct.
You got
That's correct.
two sub
hmm
accounts. Okay.
Yeah.
And so far so good, right?
So far, so good. And I have to say that the support is out of this world. I've never been in a program that gives you this one-to-one support.
There you go.
I mean, you go out there, you can get you to help you to swap your Bitcoin, to swap your funds, you know. They don't do that in other programs. They'll send you a link and they'll tell you go there, go here. But this is, and the people who is doing the support, oh, they're always there, prompt. And then I had to extend the help from the support team to the person who is my team, who I'm under. That is Mike, because
Okay.
yes, he needs a little more help. So I would get with the support team and call him because they can't call him, and get him. And then I'll stay with them online and help wherever I could. Really, really good.
So
And then, oh, and then
outstanding
your
support.
webinar. Sorry?
And outstanding support. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then your webinars. Oh, my, the nuggets. I'm wondering why people don't come on to the webinar more. You
Yeah, there's
learn so much here. There's so
every
much to
day.
learn.
Every day.
Yeah. Every day something new. It's
Fantastic.
amazing.
I love it. Well, you heard it from Donna herself, fairly new. Just how you hear it in her voice, right? You hear just how excited she is. There's a future for you here, Donna.
Oh, yes,
You're a
there is.
you're a millionaire in the making. It's gonna happen for
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Yeah. And I'm going to get some more to come with me.
That's it. All
Yeah.
right, let's move along. Let's move on to the OG here. We've got Lisa. Lisa is hosting this training, by the way. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Ace.
Lisa, you're kind of the original here for the American team. Honestly, everything kind of branches from you out to the rest of everybody else. So, but let's go back to the very beginning. What it was Anoop that talked to you at first, and Anoop, I think he was doing what I would call reverse recruiting. Wasn't he doing some reverse recruiting? You were
He
offering something
absolutely
else,
was.
right?
Yep,
You're out there
absolutely.
promoting something else, and then he came in and showed a little interest in it, right?
Yep.
How did he flip that one around? How did he do it?
Well, this one line, he said, well, would additional funding that you didn't have to pay back, would that help you towards buying bid packs towards your initial company? And I said, well, yeah, sure it would. And that was it. The rest was history. And it has been.
Now,
So,
I want this to resonate for a minute. I want you to think about not just home-based businesses, but even the traditional, conventional brick and mortar type businesses. Regardless, if you're in business, period, you have a need for funding. Okay, there's 1,000 reasons why. Am I right or am I right?
absolutely.
Okay, so it doesn't have to just be home-based businesses we can talk to about this. Anybody that's in business, they got a need for funding for sure. All right, so they got you there with the funding you don't have to pay back, and then you found out you had to recruit a couple of people, right, in order for this to work. And then the cold water came in at that point, right?
It did. It did. And I
And
warned you that
I think I got involved at that point, right?
yep,
And we
yep.
didn't have this
And
whole lovely team to show off at that point, right? It was
nope,
me and a new
that was it.
the two of
Yep.
us, but I said what to you to kind of get you to, give it a try. What did I
Well,
say?
we had a good connection, and you expressed interest towards what I'm doing and where I'm going and what I want to accomplish, and you just gave me a sense of value that I really needed. So yeah, and I'm like, I like these guys. I want to join them, and that's it. The rest was history.
Let me share a little secret with everybody, okay? Um, one of the reasons that people one of the main reasons why people kind of get put off with the idea of getting referrals or recruiting or anything like that, right? Or having to build a team. One of the main reasons why this is kind of like shunned a little bit. It's not because the opportunity is bad. It's because that person doesn't have that confidence in themselves that they can do it, right? They don't feel like they can be heard, even if it's a great offer, right? And so, see, I knew that. And I was listening intently to everything that Lisa was saying. In fact, she claimed to be at the time the president of the NFL club. And if you don't know what the NFL club, that's the No Friends Left club, because you burned them out on 1,000 other opportunities and they're tired of you bringing the next thing around to them and saying, hey, look at this one. They're tired of joining your stuff. And no one wants to be your friend anymore because you've already burned them out with one thing or another that didn't work out. And so I'm the president of that club, right? You remember that? You told me that?
I do very well.
And then did I accept that on face value, or did I say, no, there's still people out there that right?
Yeah, no, you did not accept it at all.
Yeah.
No.
When someone says that to me, the number 8 billion hits me in the forehead like that. Oh, you haven't talked to all 8 billion of us yet, Lisa. So I know there's someone going to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
no one can tell me that no one's going to listen to them because there's 8 billion opportunities out there. You haven't talked to them all yet. I know that for sure. And so that's why I go with such confidence that, if I can just get this person's confidence to go a little higher, maybe they can open their mouth and then they can go out there and talk to people. So, guys, a lot of times the key here is raising confidence in a person. So be encouraging. Was I encouraging, Lisa?
You absolutely were.
Did I follow up and was I available to assist? And anybody you wanted
Always.
to introduce people to, I met
Oh
them right
yeah,
away, right?
you
I
sure did.
didn't put you off, right?
Not at all.
Okay. You see, that's what works. Okay. So someone with low confidence can introduce stuff to people with higher confidence and let the higher confidence do all the work. Okay, why not? Right?
That's what I did.
And that formula worked out quite well. And you got a massive team, hundreds and hundreds of people already below you, and you were really admired in the community. All right, so that's Lisa's story. Very good. Let's move on. Let's go on to Patrick. Patrick's one of yours, right? You signed up Patrick, right?
Yes.
Patrick, let's hear from you. What was it about pool funding? What did Lisa say to you that even got your attention about pool funding? I'm not sure. Can you hear me, Patrick? Maybe he's got a bad connection. Maybe we'll move on to Edmund. Edmund, I think you're someone else that came through Ken's emails, right?
That's correct.
What was it about his email message that got you?
Well, I've been getting stuff from Ken for probably about 20 years.
Oh, you've
And I've
been a
tried,
long time
Yeah.
with Ken. Okay.
yeah, a long time. And I try this and I try that, but like you hear from the other people, nothing really panned out for me. And I
Mhm.
imagine some of that was my fault, because like you say, I got a little bit of low esteem or whatever. And it took this program to kind of wake me up. And there's so many advantages to this program that when you enumerate them, it just blows you away. And you're forecasting some of the things you're going to do, and that's blowing me away. So this is something I think that most people could do if they just give themselves a chance.
Mhm. So in the email, was there a specific line that kind of like jumped like off the page when you read it?
I like the idea of funding that you don't have to pay back. That kind of got me. And I says, well, I got to read this one. What's this all about?
That's the
So-
thread, guys.
Yeah. And I just kept going and reading, and I'm going, all right, what am I reading? Something wrong here? There's too much floating around here that's not making any sense to me. So I sent a letter to Ken. I said, okay, I'm ready. Let's sign me up. He says, okay, I'll find somebody for you to come in under. I said, oh, okay. And
And
it happened to be
that happened to be Tim, right?
it happened to be one of my best friends, Tim.
Was he your best friend before pool funding, or was,
Didn't know him. I
Forgot.
didn't know him.
But I was just about to say you ended up one of the very best sponsors ever you could have ever gotten from
Yeah.
what Ken's producing. One of the very best sponsors. You ended up with Tim. It was a match
That's right.
made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, he's been terrific. There's so many things that I didn't understand because I never did the social end of being online. It was strictly to run my pool business that I had, swimming
right,
pool
and
business
swimming pool, yeah, with water,
Yeah.
not people, right?
with water.
Some people, but mostly water.
Right. So
All right.
he stayed right on top of me, and like you say, he's been a fantastic sponsor.
All right, good deal. Thank you for that input. All right, let's go to Matt Casey. This is the other half of the Casey brothers. Matt, what's your story? What grabbed you about pool funding? Tell us how this happened for you.
Well, my brother Michael approached me, and I guess the thing that grabbed me was that he said he had a way for me to make money by pushing some buttons, and that I could do it anywhere in the world, and that was appealing because I leave the country for the winters, and the idea of being able to do it outside the country was kind of interesting to me. So that's when I said, well, tell me more about it. And I mean, I'm open-minded about those type of things to begin with. And I know my brother has my best interest at heart. So it was easy for me to listen to him.
Yeah, the magic money button got you. Okay. So
Yeah.
Mike kind of led with the magic money button. Like you're going to go to a website, you're going to push a button and you're going to get funding. And like, what?
Yeah.
All right. How's that
Money
work
I don't have to
exactly?
pay back. Yeah.
Yeah, money that you don't have to pay back. All right,
Yep.
good deal. And then I may have mentioned this in another video, but Michael, your brother, maybe thought he had burned you out a little bit because you had joined a number of things with him, right, over the years, and you've been supportive, as you've mentioned before. of,
Yes.
being there for your brother. Who's older? Are you the older one?
I am, yes.
You're the older brother. He's the younger brother. Okay, so
Yep.
there's that dynamic. Okay, who's bigger?
I am.
Oh,
He
you are.
still is.
He still is.
Always
Okay.
have been.
Okay. Okay. All right. How many years apart are you?
Less than one.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. I had a
Yep.
younger brother that was a year and a half younger than me. We wrestled all the time,
Yep. Yep.
always on the floor wrestling and by the TV.
Yep. No,
Oh,
yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and I had the thing, since I'm the older brother, I gotta win, That's just how the pecking order works, But he got big on me. He ended up being not as tall as me, but he got bigger, like brawnier than me. But it's probably because I made him that way, right? It was up to it
Right.
was good what I did, Anyway, so but yeah, he thought maybe he had burned you out, and he was a little hesitant to even talk to you about it because I had a conversation, can you talk to your family? And he mentioned his brother. Well, what about your brother? Nah, I can't talk to my brother. And he had pre-qualified you not to even tell you about this. What a disservice that would have been had he followed through on not telling you about this, right? Because look at how many
Right.
things is exploding below you right now. You got growth happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah, he
Emmett?
was reluctant. He was reluctant. Yeah, I could tell.
Yep. And he's a truck driver. He's here, by the way. You could chime in there, Michael. Do you put your 2 cents in?
You guys are doing a good job.
But Michael's a truck driver. He's busy on the road all day long. It's not like he can just make calls and things. Like you got to pay attention to the road and all that. I totally get it. And he doesn't have a very large circle of influence. I think you, Matt, have a bigger circle of influence than Michael does, as far as like, because you're not tied to the steering wheel all day long like he is, right? But the thing is that Michael was actually seeing positive flow at the time with just the sub accounts. Now that just happened to be in the early days when the pool wasn't as full as it is. It's like a lot fuller now than it was when Michael got in. Michael got in on a really sweet deal. Like you could make money just with sub accounts. It's crazy back
Right.
then.
All right.
I want to get it back to that. Okay. And if we get like 10 a day every day for a while, we'll get to the point where we can get back to that. But until we build up to that number, we're gonna have to kind of deal with this, the rotation taking longer than a day on that pool. Now, so this is I hope very helpful information, all of you listening to this video, that can understand that. Look, tell people we have funding that they don't have to pay back. It works. That's the common thread, and you just need to spit it out, okay? And you just have just enough confidence to say that, and then flip it over to someone with more confidence and watch the magic happen. We have this course that is going to be available real soon where you can flip them into that, and they can get exposed to, several videos, but by the time you've watched all of them, you realize it's less than the time it would take to watch one movie, so even though it's a course, it's not like it's going to take you a long time to get through the course, because it's less than 2 hours after you've watched everything. So, that works really well. And people going through a course, the mentality of a person as they're moving through a course, they're kind of selling themselves is what's really going on there. It's brilliant, really, if you think about it. And so, Corey, who has put that together, he's 16 for 16, introduced the course to 16 people and got 16 people to sign up. Okay. It works. And he's only been with us for about a month or so as well. Anyway, we're very excited about the direction where pool funding is headed. We have something that people want. I think there's a huge demand for what we have to offer. The biggest objection we're always going to run into is it sounds too good to be true. And that's okay. That's okay if that's our biggest objection, right, guys?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We can overcome that with documentation, right? We can prove that what we say is true, correct?
That's right.
Transparency.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Thank you very much for attending today's training. Those of you that were here live, I really think you're getting the best deal of all, because you're You're here with the full
Plug it in.
energy of being in a live group. And those of you catching us on YouTube, we love you too. You know, we haven't forgotten about you, and we care about you as well. And we want you to maybe consider coming into some of our live. We do these every day at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so maybe consider coming into one of our live trainings, being a part of this as well. But anyway, while you're on YouTube, why don't you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And while you're there, please drop us a positive comment. Bye for now.
Yep.
Everybody say
Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.